Now we're going to make a wonderful, it could be a Father's Day card or just a gift for Dad. And basically we start with a piece of cardstock, fold it in half, and I'm just going to set this aside for a second. Then what I'm going to do is take my stencils, which you can see are quite well used, and I'm going to turn them upside down, because a trick that I learned from a friend was that if you do the stencil upside down, when you go to cut it out, if you don't cut it perfectly, you won't see your lines. So we are going to stencil Dad. Whoops, see, that's exactly why we do it upside down. And now I will cut out my stencil. Okay, so now we have our D, and I'm just going to put that aside. And I've already cut out my other D and my A. So the next step that I'm going to do is I'm going to take the lettering, and I'm going to cut a really small piece, like just a triangle, off of this cardstock. And that I'm going to just take a little tad of glue here, and I'm going to just glue my little A here. And then on the back, I have a piece of a sticky foam, because that's going to give it a little height. And then I'm going to just stick that. When I get to the step, I'm going to end up sticking the lettering onto my card. But the first thing that I'm going to do, or I've actually already started, is this is basically comes in a 12 by 12 mesh that you can buy. You can actually buy it on Amazon, and we have a link to where you can get it below. But it's really cool because it's metallic. Then the next step that I'm going to do is I'm going to take the snap, it's for attaching snaps, but what I'm going to do is put it into the center here, and I'm just going to snap a hole, and then I'm just going to have to kind of pull it out there. So now that I have my hole, what I've done is we went to the store and we bought a bunch of bolts at the hardware store. And I mean nuts, not bolts. And what I did is I just took basically a piece of a chenille stem, put it through the bolt, and we're just going to twist it. And I'm just going to stick that through my hole, because this is what's going to hold the bolts and also hold the metallic cardstock. And then I just go to the back, and I'm just going to fold that over, and that's going to hold everything down. So now that I finished that, this is where we take our lettering and take the backs off here, and we just go ahead and stick our Dad, whoops, there we go, our D, and then my A. I already took the backing off that, and then my other D, and we're just gonna stick this, I think. Boop, there we go. And just peel this off here. And now we have Dad. So now the next step we're going to do is I'm going to put this aside, and we're going to make a bow, and I'm going to make the bows in my mini Bowdabra. I'm using my silver bow wire, which you can get it in either these packs, which are 50 feet, or the 100-yard rolls. And I'm just going to put that aside, and I'm going to just fold my Bowdabra bow wire in half and lay that down into the Bowdabra. And tuck the ends under here. Then I'm going to just take my chenille stems, or pipe cleaners if you want to be old-fashioned about it, and I'm just going to put them all in here. And I think I've got about 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I have about 5 of them there. And then now all I'm going to do is I have here, because I folded it in half, I have the slip knot. I'm going to pull my wire through the slip knot, pull it tight while it's still in the Bowdabra, bring it around to the back, And I'm just going to twist it. And then I'm going to shape my bow. And then, once it's shaped, what I've done here is, again, I'm going to use my snap machine, and I'm just going to snap through here a little hole. Now, if you don't have a snap machine, you can use a hole punch, but I like the sizing that you get from the little snap tool. So I'm just going to feed my wire through here and put that on there. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of glue from my hot glue gun and just glue that down. And then I'm just going to cut the ends. So I'm going to kind of put that aside so I can let the glue dry for a second. And then now I'm going to make my next bow. And again, I'm folding my Bowdabra bow wire in half and laying it down into the mini Bowdabra. And I'm just tucking it under to keep it out of my way. Then what I'm going to do is I'm doing exactly the same thing with my little chenille stems, pipe cleaners, whatever you want to call them. And I'm just going to layer these in here. And then on top, I'm going to put a little red one to add some color. Oh, whoops, you know what I forgot? Good for me. So I have to, this is our scrunchie, our Bowdabra scrunchie ribbon. And you can now, I'm so excited, you can now buy that on our blog. So what I'm going to do here is just cut a little piece. Because I want this bow to be a little bit smaller, I'm just going to cut about a third off of my scrunchie ribbon. And I'm not worried about how even it, let's throw this away, how even it is or not. So let me just tuck these under here. The cool thing about Bowdabra is it's so easy. If you make a mistake, you just start over. And I'm just going to scrunch this down into my mini Bowdabra. And that's why we call it our scrunchy ribbon, because it just scrunches. So now I'm just going to lay this down in here, my little chenille stems. And I'm going to put my red one to add a little bit of color. And I'm just going to scrunch it all down. Then I'm going to take it, I have a slip knot, pull it through. And these bows, I mean, I'm using them for this card, but you can use them for so many other things. Bring it around to the back, tie it off. I think I twisted the last one. Doesn't really matter with the bow wire. And I'm just going to kind of shape that and shape my little bow here. And if you want to add a little dimension, you can just kind of cut the ends just to make it a little spiky. And then I'm going to take my card back here. And this one I'm going to put up in the top, the top right-hand corner, I think. Feed that through. And feed this one through. And I'm going to wait to glue this one because I want to start showing you the next step. So now I'm going to take some of our nuts. I think, if I can open the package. Okay. Oh, goodness. There we go. And I'm just going to pour a couple out. I'll make it easier. So the next thing I'm going to do is take my glue gun, and I'm just going to put little dabs of glue and glue these on. And just keep going. And just do it in a little pattern across. And I'm going to do the same thing along the sides. And through the magic of video, I already have this one finished. And isn't that awesome? What a great, quick gift to make for Dad. Don't forget to click below to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and please like Bowdabra on Facebook.